Hi everyone, my name is Evelisa. I am the co-curator and artist that initiated Transform exhibit. This exhibit is about uplifting diverse artist voices from many walks of life to transform our future together. This exhibit started with the idea that somehow artist voices were not always at the center of conversations about what's going on in our society and what we need to do about it. Our society has gone through so much change and almost is in need of healing. Our relationships with each other in some ways are in need of healing, whether it's in Canada, there's a focus on Indigenous reconciliation with the past of the country and the public, or even just more broadly, bringing more understanding and building bridges between people from many walks of life so we can coexist in respect, mutual understanding, and transform our future together because our future is together. And this show is really about looking at artists as the voices and the creative contributors who can shape the vision for that future. They are, in my view, our most prized assets of our society when our society is looking for a vision of where to go, where to go from here. And I think if we listen to the artists as the cultural creators and hear their authentic voices, make their stories as important as the art itself, I think there's a lot there that we can learn from. And it's great. I'm really excited to have everyone here. This show couldn't have been possible without featuring artist voices from Los Angeles with my co-curator, Dawn Jackson of the Native American Commission. So I thank you to Dawn Jackson and her help. And yeah, there's many people who have been involved in making this happen. The artists themselves, people to, the Consular General of Los Angeles, my friend, Chief Roseanne Archibald, and Senator McCallum. And really, there's many people who have been involved in making this happen. Again, this is a co-creation with everyone who has their contribution to make this happen. So again, thank you so much. And I hope you enjoy just hearing the artists tell their stories and connecting to this theme of transformation. We also give a big shout out to SuperRare, the incredible NFT virtual gallery space. Some of our artists, there's a small group of artists, we have a discussion with SuperRare in the second half of the video today, and SuperRare has really stood by Transform what that means and grappling with how uplifting diverse artist voices can and should shape the future of the art space, which we're all speculating, believing, and seeing is NFTs. So really bringing these combined worlds of the traditional world and this sort of future world of arts, and seeing what are the positive possibilities there, and hoping that we can drive a respectful and positive space. And enjoy.
Roseanne Archibald Hi everyone, it's National Chief Roseanne Archibald here, and I'm really happy to be bringing you this message today. First, I would like to acknowledge the Creator, the world around us, and our place within it. I'm coming to you from my own home territory of Dakotagamou Nation, and I acknowledge all of you on the traditional territories where you are today. It's my honor to give opening remarks for the Transform exhibit, which is in collaboration with the LA Native American Commission and the Consulate General of Canada in Los Angeles. I would like to acknowledge my friend, your co-curator, Evelisa, for the invitation. I'm happy to be here speaking at the Transform exhibit virtually, which stands by diverse artists' voices and healing our society through the arts. It's about finding platforms to amplify artists' voices in collaborations and through digital art spaces with companies like SuperRare. A teaching that many of our Indigenous nations value is relationships. Technology has provided us with the tools to connect with one another during this pandemic. Technology has also provided a way to transform our art into our realities, whether that be through creating apps, engaging through social media, or all forms of storytelling. Artists are our cultural creators during this time of society's transformation. As the AFN National Chief, I'm well versed in politics and First Nations leadership. What people don't know is that I am an artist. I'm a digital filmmaker, singer-songwriter, photographer, and I also make mixed media art. Art has been important for me in my own journey as a leader and as a woman because it provides a safe space, a way to express and share my inner world with others. It's an opportunity to tell my own story through many mediums. Being creative helps me in my work as a leader as well. As our societies are unpacking colonialism more deeply, the arts can be a space for healing, moving away from appropriation and toward authentic self-representation by all creators themselves, Indigenous and non-Indigenous, side by side. In the midst of such paradigm-changing shifts, this is the artist's time to bring their personal story from the margins to the center and to celebrate their authentic expression as a beacon for the healing path forward. When the artists arrive, the healing begins. Artists propel us forward as a society. I'm honored to welcome Transform, an exhibit that amplifies diverse artists across Turtle Island, a safe space to share their stories and to drive the vision of our shared future. Wishing you all a successful exhibit. Ninanaskamun Gasakitan. Ninanaskamun in my language means I am grateful, I am thankful, I thank you, and Gasakitan means I love you.
Amanatan, Natawan Rudy Ortega Jr., Mark V. Sr. Attawan. Hello, I'm Rudy Ortega Jr., and this is my cousin Mark V. Sr. We're Fernandinho Tatavi. I'm the tribal president of the tribe, and Mark's the vice president. And we just want to welcome you to this exhibit and introduce you with our traditional song, which welcomes everybody. So we just want to welcome you to Los Angeles. We're one of the tribes in Los Angeles County. You can take a look and learn who we are by visiting our website. It's tatavim.us. And we just like to support all the artists in the tribal community world. And we support you here. And so we just want to welcome everybody into our space here in Los Angeles. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Zabe Sheikh, and I'm Canada's Consul General for Southern California, Arizona, and Nevada. And I want to acknowledge that I'm speaking to you from the traditional grounds of the Tongva Nation, and we are indebted to the members of the Tongva Nation for being caretakers of this land for generations, and we are their latest guests. Thanks so much for welcoming me, and thanks so much for being part of the Transform exhibit, meant to take us into new spheres of reconciliation and to uplift diverse voices, artistic voices, believing in healing our society through the arts. The consulate is partnering up with Transform and of course the Los Angeles Native American Indian Commission for this digital space with companies like SuperRare and others. Through newer digital art, we can see a lot of potential in the future of economic development and in lessons learned from the past and how we can do our part to bring hopeful and healing conversations around equity and inclusion. Systems are continuously being challenged, and people are asking for the truth about how we got here so we can create a better world. What stories are being told in our society and by whom? This is integral to how we do our cultural programming now at the consulate in Los Angeles. We're really excited to be supporting Transform Exhibit, and we're happy to be sharing this program with you. I'm excited to welcome Transform, an exhibit that amplifies diverse artists across Canada and California, sharing their stories to drive the vision of our shared future. I hope you'll find this journey healing for you, just as it has been healing for us in working together with Transform Exhibit and with our partners. Thanks for joining us today, and we hope you have a great session with the artists and with the panel. Thank you. Take care.
My people will sleep for 100 years, but when they awake, it will be the artists who will give them their spirits back. Rielle. The sleek black and orange body cleaved through the dark, cold waters, knew from her ancestral memory where she was going and why, to fulfill her sacred role as creator. She was clean, she was strong, she was serene, she was powerful, and she was joyous. She was content that she was finally perfectly who she was meant to be. The fire within was burning bright, a fire that would not burn out on its own. She was also never meant to be alone. In the dark, they can see and rejoice. In the dark, they soar with their own form of wings, their world so dark and yet so alive, just as it should be. Other sleek bodies join her, and they swarm as they jump, play, and perform a ceremony, perform a symphony in quiet beauty, in quiet movements, in perfect knowing, their spirits dancing their way home, lifeblood within lifeblood. Peace in all its fragility has always been a part of life. No need to think about it. They are in charge of it. They arrive at the channels where they have to fight to get to the end of their journey. A different form of dance now, through shallow streams, where and when they are at their most vulnerable. They offer themselves to their people, the Snunumuk, to the bears and other kin, knowing they are part of the whole, providing sustenance, nurturing. They know that their people will take care of them and take only what is needed for today, but also for tomorrow. The racks in the smokehouses used to be filled, sustenance for the winter. They are a symbol of life and love for each other, these two. They both know how to sustain Mother Earth, and they trust their ancestral kin and stewards, the Snunumik. They have waited for this journey their lifetime, knowing what waits for them at the end. Their descendants will do it again as it has always been, back to where they were born. They take that first graceful arc, knowing that this journey is sacred. How do they transmit the knowledge of this journey to future generations? When I see art on the wall, I see a static picture of a moment in time. I forget that whole story of this spirit that has forever been imprinted into some art form. Now when I see these art forms, I will remember. For we now are the ones to provide a voice for our relations in the water. They need us now. They are dying from overfishing, from poisons left behind by resource extractive companies. So are we. Life with freedom was everything when Mother Earth and we, as spirits, knew what was needed for balance. It was the quiet, the stillness, the cleanliness of the environment, the love that showed us the sacred in each of us. In the past, our ancestors were more spirit than human. Today, we are more human than spirit. How do we reclaim our sacredness? This is a quote from Joan Brown, a Snuneymuxw elder. This story is a tribute to the Snuneymuxw peoples in British Columbia. I met with them in October 2021 at their request. They taught me so much in the time we had together. When you look at this story of salmon, you can elevate it to another level. It represents the fight of women for their children, their language, their culture, the land, the water, the sky, the four-leggeds, the water and sky creatures, all biodiversity. At another level, it represents artists. The artists have their unique way of seeing and being, and they remain a big part of the healing process. One elder told me that we change with every interaction and that nothing happens by chance. So now, when I view art, I will say, I'm not the same person I was. I thank the artists for their insights, their passion, the heavy work they have to do to communicate with the world, society, for their teachings, for their light and darkness, for their humility, for showing us that we matter. Kinanas kumit na, wow. Thank you.